Welcome to SIM-PAC Live. I'm your host, Geoff Matthews, and with me today is our features presenter, Tom Matthews.
Welcome everyone. We're bringing you the week's stories shaping Australia's clean economy. Today we have batteries, and more batteries, as well as renewable fuels, mining, manufacturing, and the future of our workforce.
Now for the news headlines. Australia's largest battery switched on in Collie, Western Australia. 560 megawatts and 2,240 megawatt hours of storage now online. The home battery boom smashes past 40,000 installs in 40 days, with WA leading a stacked rebate rollout. Brisbane battery innovator Volta signs a US deal that hopes to deploy 5 gigawatt hours of modular recyclable batteries. Australia's Emeroo battery gets first approval under the new renewables law. And New South Wales Waratah super battery breaks records again, discharging at over 700 megawatts. Victoria's biggest ever synchronous condenser nears completion, unlocking 600 megawatts of wind and solar. And Smart Commercial Solar launches a free battery calculator that helps businesses size and price storage. Tasmania's Westbury Biohub secures funding to turn waste into renewable gas. Harmer Energy advances its Portland Renewable Fuels project, 300,000 tonnes of green methanol for aviation shipping. A New South Wales mine goes off-grid with solar and storage, slashing diesel use. Fortescue calms investor fears over decarbonisation inflation, saying falling clean tech costs are offsetting its real zero push. Australia's first solar wafer factory planned in Townsville. And will Australia's apprentice shortage threaten the energy transition? Big business backs a 75% cut in emissions by 2035, which Deloitte says could boost GDP by 370 billion. And a BDO survey finds natural resources boards are still under-resourcing ESG teams, despite looming mandatory climate disclosures. Now, in member news, a nation-leading renewable gas project is moving forward in Tasmania. The 50 million Westbury Biohub by Solstice Energy and Optimal Renewable Gas has secured a $12.5 million state funding grant. It will convert 36,000 tonnes of organic waste into biomethane each year, cutting landfill and delivering renewable gas through its existing networks. Craig Duggan, CEO of SIM-PAC Live members Optimal Group, says this project will transform the way industry looks at gas networks as a path to net zero, diverting millions of tonnes of waste from harmful disposable practices, converting it instead into energy and nutrients that can safely be returned to the soil. Adelaide-based consultancy 2XE has wrapped up a groundbreaking program with the New South Wales government to fast-track its net zero transition. Over 10 weeks, the government agency Leadership Accelerator Net Zero brought together 59 agencies across health, education, justice, transport and more. Led by 2XE's Nick Palousis, the program to help agencies unlock emissions data, identify reduction opportunities and build transition plans under the state's new net zero government operations policy. Graphene Manufacturing Group has successfully upsized its public offering, lifting proceeds from about 5 million to 6 million Canadian dollars. The move comes on the back of strong investor demand, and the additional capital will support the commercialisation and growth of Graphene Manufacturing Group's graphene-enabled clean energy technologies. There's a great interview with founder and CEO Craig Nichol on our YouTube channel. Strap in, we now have battery and storage news. Western Australia has just switched on the largest battery in the country, the Collie battery. Built by Neoni, delivers 560 megawatts of power, 2,240 megawatt hours of storage. That's about 17 times bigger than the original Hornsdale Big Battery. It's designed to soak up WA's rooftop solar during the day and feed it back at night, reshaping the grid and pushing coal into the past. Home batteries are rolling out at record pace, under the federal Cheaper Home Batteries program, installs have now surpassed 40,000 in just 40 days, delivering around 714 megawatt hours of distributed storage, the equivalent of more than 5 Hornsdale big batteries.
And the momentum is just as strong in Western Australia. Since July 1st, nearly 9,000 applications have been lodged under a stacked rebate scheme, with more than 5,500 already heading to installation. Targets are set at 20,000 by year's end. Together, this shows how households are stepping into the energy transition at scale, but also highlights the need for supply chains, installers, and grid planning to keep pace.
Brisbane-based battery innovator Volta has signed a deal with US firm eFinery Energy, paving the way to deploy up to 5 gigawatt hours of storage and potentially assemble its modular recyclable batteries in the US. It's a big win for Australian clean tech manufacturing. It's great to see Volta going from strength to strength. Tom, I visited their factory in Brisbane last year, and you can see that interview on our channel.
That's 4 for 4 for your factory visits now, Geoff. Definitely a good luck charm.
I hope so, Tom. What makes Volta stand out is design. No worlds, easy disassembly, built for repair, reuse and recycling. Exactly this kind of circular economy battery tech the world needs. South Australia has approved its first large-scale battery under the new Hydrogen and Renewable Energy Act. The Emerald battery, a $400 million, 225 megawatt, 900 megawatt hour project near the Bungala solar farm, has secured environmental approval, with construction due to start in 2026 and completion in 2027. Well, here we go again. The Waratah Super Battery in New South Wales has smashed another record. The 850 megawatt system both charged and discharged at over 700 megawatts each way.
And honestly, Geoff, I think this will be the last time we report on it, because at this rate, the Waratah battery will be breaking records every week. Still, it proves that these big batteries can outmuscle coal when it comes to speed and flexibility.
In Western Victoria, Australia's biggest synchronous condenser is nearly complete. The 250 MVA SIM-PAC, weighing 300 tonnes, will provide system strength and inertia, unlocking up to 600 megawatts of new wind and solar.
SIM-PACs may be old school tech, but you've got to love something that big spinning that fast, giving stability to the grid even in the battery era.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see their role in the grid going forward. I'm on record of being a fan of synchronous condensers, but I'm hearing the new batteries can duplicate the inertia of something that big and spinning. We have a speaker at SIM-PAC Live South Australia next month who will talk exactly on that subject. I'm looking forward to his talk. Last story on batteries. Smart Commercial Solar has launched a new smart battery calculator, a free online tool that lets businesses upload their energy bill and instantly see how battery storage could pay off. It estimates payback periods, rebate savings, arbitrage benefits, and virtual power plant revenue, tailored to your state and your system size.
That's very cool. It's a game changer for businesses, moving battery adoption from guesswork to data-driven decisions. And for those watching, we'll put a link to the calculator below so you can try it yourself.
In biogas and renewable fuels news, a major milestone for Portland, Harbour Energy has completed the pre-feed stage for its $50 million renewable fuel project with partner ThyssenKrupp Oud. The facility hopes to produce around 300,000 tonnes of low-carbon methanol annually from forestry residues and renewable electricity, critical for aviation and shipping.
This project is about more than fuels. It's regional jobs and positioning Australia as a global player in low-carbon liquid fuels.
In industry and mining decarbonisation news, in a first for New South Wales, the Atlas Campaspe mine is now powered by an off-grid solar and battery system, 11 megawatts of solar and 6 megawatt hours of storage. cutting 5 million litres of diesel annually. Now, this is an interesting story, Tom. Fortescue has moved to calm investor fears that its real zero decarbonisation strategy would drive up costs. Some warned electrifying mines would add inflationary pressure, but CEO Dino Otranto told investors falling costs in solar, wind and storage are offsetting these risks.
It shows how fast the economics have shifted. Investors once feared the transition would be expensive. Now it might be a cost advantage.
In manufacturing and industry news, Stellar PV is spearheading Australia's first ever solar wafer production facility, backed by a 4.7 million Arrhenius Sunshot grant. The project planned for the Lansdowne Eco-Industrial Precinct near Townsville will target up to 2 gigawatts of ingot and wafer capacity, a critical step in building a homegrown solar supply chain. Set for commissioning in 2028, the plant will create over 450 jobs, run on renewable energy, and with an emphasis on recycling, strengthening Australia's clean tech manufacturing base. In workforce news, Australia's energy transition faces a skills crunch. Industry data shows the country needs an extra 42,000 electrical workers by 2030, or risk delays or even blackouts by 2027. The Electrical Trades Union warns the gap is even steeper, with 55,000 apprentices needed by 2027 alone. Without urgent action, the bottleneck won't be technology, it'll be people. I reached out last night to an industry contact for their perspective. Training provider PMV, based in Perth, says the shortage is already biting. They estimate Western Australia alone is short around 30,000 electricians.
PMV argues we'll need pragmatic solutions, like restricted licenses for specific industries, better recognition of overseas and defence qualifications, and transition pathways for mechanical and refrigeration electricians. They say they already have the capacity to train thousands more electricians in renewable energy, but need government support to expand facilities, along with tax breaks and incentives for employers to take on apprentices.
The bottom line, Tom, unless industry, government and training bodies work together quickly, skill shortages may hold back the energy transition itself. In finance and governance news, a new BDO survey shared by Talent Nation finds only 32% of natural resources companies are prioritising sustainability resourcing, despite looming mandatory climate disclosures.
Boards can't leave ESG to underfunded teams and expect audit-grade results. Talent Nation says ESG should be treated as core infrastructure, benchmarked, budgeted, and board visible.
And that's our news wrap-up for the week. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Geoff Matthews.
And I'm Tom Matthews. Have a great week ahead.